the spare bedroom tax. How the mobs in Canberra want to raid your spare bedrooms. First, they taxed your income, then they taxed your savings, then they raided your super, and now the mobs in Canberra are eyeing off your spare bedroom. Yeah, apparently if you work your backside off to finally own a home, you're now guilty of the sin of having space. I'm telling you folks, the boomers are furious. And honestly guys, so am I. You don't spend decades grinding, or in my case, 15 years of brokering loans for everyday Aussies just to have some academic label telling you that your home has, quote, inefficient capital. That's right folks, welcome to Australia 2025, where the economists don't call it family planning anymore, they just call it, quote, underutilized housing stock, where right now in 2025, working hard and buying a home only makes you a villain. And the real estate police, they want to check how many pillows you own right now. So in today's property roast, here what we're diving in today. Firstly guys, why the spare bedroom tax is even an idea floated around in Canberra. Secondly guys, how the academics and economists are spinning it versus what real Aussies are saying. And thirdly in this video, I'm going to talk about the financial fallout if it actually happens. And then fourthly, the hacks, the legal ways to get out of it. Yes, you sneaky people who love watching my videos, you know I'm a street broker, I'm a street person. I'm going to show you how my smart accountant friends and smart rent investors, very savvy investors, are trying to get out of this and hack this spare bedroom tax if it gets passed. And finally guys, how to protect yourself before the rules of the game get rewritten. And as we go along this video, as you're watching, I'll show you how my clients are already playing the system and turning their PPOR, which is a prime place of residence, turning their non-tax deductible debt into tax deductible debt. And then I'm going to show you how they're using rentvesting to get their way out of trouble and also laughing at the policies like this from the sidelines. So guys, I hope you're ready for this video. Put your seatbelt on. Let's go. Firstly guys, why the spare bedroom tax idea even exists. Like a lot of you might be thinking, even myself when I saw the news come out, scratching my head thinking, why is this even considered? Why are the police in Canberra obsessed with my spare bedrooms? And why are the economists, those bloody economists, calling Australia, quote, a homeowner welfare state, end quote. But guys, if you jump deep down into the rabbit hole, you'll find out what the said, right? He said that he reckons they could squeeze $50 billion if they tax all our spare bedrooms. According to economists, they said, quote, housing wealth is under tax compared to income. It's only fair to level the playing field, end quote. So guys, this is my honest take. Is it really fair? My honest opinion, it's a bloody rort, right? That's like telling a tradie to share his ute because the accountant down the road doesn't have one. This is envy economics dressed up with spreadsheets. And this is where strategy makes all the difference. Because while some peeps are stressing over Canberra's new tax policy, my clients, my savvy investor clients, are restructuring their loans right now to sidestep this completely. Let me give you a client win, for example. Take Sarah and Ben, obviously not their real names, but real clients, 29 and 31. One works in tech sales and the other is a nurse. Instead of diving straight into a PPOR, which is a prime place of residence, they bought a unit in Parramatta as an investment first. And then they do rentvesting, they rent where they want to live, and any surplus profit from their rental income, they then direct the surplus into a separate offset account, which is earmarked for a future prime place of residence deposit. While they're doing this, the policy in Canberra, they can't touch them with a spare bedroom tax, right? Because no, you can't spare bedroom tax an investor at the moment. And at this moment, if the spare bedroom tax does get approved by the policy in Canberra, my investor clients are in the game. But unlike you peeps, they're not in the firing line. Now, in the second part of this video, I'm going to talk about how the policy in Canberra are spinning it and how it's landing at the moment. I'm going to throw up all these media articles on screen at the moment. As you can see, the media at the moment is spinning it like this. Like you see stuff like 61% of Aussie households are singles or couples living in houses with multiple bedrooms. And a lot of academics, as you can see from these screenshots, they're calling it inefficient. Like to quote a policy wonk, they say, quote, a broad-based land tax would be more efficient. And empty bedrooms should be taxed to encourage downsizing, end quote. Whilst if you speak to everyday Aussies like me, I speak to a lot of Aussies, including millennials, Gen Zs, and even boomers, they on average are saying something like this. Quote, if they at the moment can't define a man or a woman, how can they right now define a spare bedroom, end quote. And guys, this is my savage take. This isn't efficiency. This is economic Tinder. Right now, they're swiping left on big homes and swiping right on shoebox apartments. And this is what the policies in Canberra are really saying. I want you dumb knobs to give up space to all the immigrants coming to Australia and solve the housing issue while we collect all their visa fees, so that us policies in Canberra, we don't need to fix the immigration issue, we don't need to fix the supply issue, we don't need to fix the building industry at the moment, and lastly, we don't need to think of other ways to tax you guys to fix this problem. Let's just tax the spare bedrooms that the boomers have. Because at the end of the day, the boomers have all the money, right? And I see this day in and day out. I speak to hundreds of people every month who book a call through my strategy course, right? And I've seen how this mindset crushes people. Like at the moment, some clients are thinking they're playing it safe, but in reality, they've boxed themselves into a corner. Let me talk to you about a client loss. Now, I spoke to old mate 6 months ago. His name's Ali, obviously not his real name. He's 33 and a software engineer. Real case study, right? He bought a PPR, a prime place of residence in Ryde, and because he's so conservative, or in another word, chicken, he smashed repayments to a very safe level and now sitting on $700,000 on non-deductible debt. And at this moment, he's sweating at the policy chatter of the spare bedroom tax because he's got about 3 spare bedrooms. Had he, not financial advice, maybe he'll come back to me later if he's watching this video because I'm roasting him at the moment. If he set up a debt recycling strategy, he split the loan in terms of the excess capital that he put into the PPOR and then reinvested that and then actually used the dividends to sweep that into his PPOR, which is non-deductible debt, and repeat this cycle to re-borrow for investing, I'm telling you right now, a chunk of that debt will now be deductible. And since he's on over $180,000 income, that could produce negative gearing to reduce his tax. So if the spare bedroom tax does come in him, he'll be like, nah, that's not gonna touch me because I'm hedging this against that. Now, thirdly, in the video right now, I'm gonna talk about the financial fallout if it happened. Like a lot of people ask me on the phone, like a lot of people who book a call with me like, Q, what if that happens? What if the spare bedroom tax gets passed by the policies in Canberra? So, okay, let's just say the mobs in Canberra actually pull the trigger on this insanity, right? Okay, right now, let's hypothetically map out what happens next. For example, according to Courtality, which is used to be known as CoreLogic, the Sydney medium house prices is $1.52 million at the moment. In terms of Melbourne, it's about $956,000, Adelaide $906,000, and Perth $882,000. Now imagine a 1% spare bedroom levy is introduced. Now, for example, on a $1.5 million Sydney home with 2 spare bedrooms, if you kind of do the maths really simply, that's $30K a year. That's currently half that nurse's salary that the previous client I was talking about, gone. And according to Insurance Council, they've warned, quote, the new property taxes could inflate rents and reduce housing turnover, end quote. And guys, this is my honest take. That's not tax reform, guys. That's actually extortion for the crime of having a study and a guest bed. And the only winners here are IKEA and Harvey Norman when people start selling furniture to dodge the tax man. And guys, this is exactly why I hammer that structuring beats anything when you talk about home loans, right? Like rates should be the last conversation. We need to focus on structuring because right now when the rules change, for example, they introduced the $3 million superannuation tax, and then right now the spare bedroom tax, the peeps that set up their structure right, the smart ones will survive. And let me give you an example to show you proof. For example, I have a client, he did a bit of debt recycling. His name's Tom, he's 41, he's in Brisbane. He owns a $900,000 prime place of residence, a PPOR. And currently, we did 2 years ago, his home loan is $500,000. And like Ali, the conservative mate who like aggressively paid down his PPOR, old mate Tom listened to our financial advisors and independent accountants. So instead of smashing his principal down blindly, we in the assistance of his financial advisor set up a debt recycling strategy. So with every $20,000 of surplus principal paid into a loan, we did a bit of debt recycling to pull that back out for him to invest in shares. And from the shares, the dividends cycle back into the mortgage. And in this way, he chips away the non-deductible debt faster. And the result is, guys, currently his non-deductible home debt is shrinking faster, but in terms of the recycled debt, like the total debt, it's becoming more investment deductible over time. So for example, if this spare bedroom levy was ever introduced, I'm telling you right now, his after-tax position is far more resilient than doing nothing at all. Now, in this fourth part of this video, if you've all been waiting for this, and kudos for you for those who are sticking around, we're going to talk about the system hacks, like the legal ways to keep the spare bedroom tax away from your wallet. Because right now, guys, before you panic and start listing your study room on Airbnb or burning down your home to dodge new taxes, let's talk real. Let's talk legal, maybe unethical, but legal tax hacks to overcome this dumb spare bedroom tax. Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of people are calling me, DMing me, and people sending me messages. Like, people are right now scouring forums like on Reddit and asking questions like, how do I legally not get punished for my spare bedroom? And from all that information that's been said to me, right now, I'm going to tell you the legitimate legal workarounds, and I'm going to simply break this down over here in 3 simple hacks. It's got to get juicy. Let's begin. Number 1. I want you, not financial advice again, I want you, if you want to overcome the spare bedroom tax when it does get introduced, you can simply claim it as a home office or income generation space. Now, obviously, you have to have an ABN, you have to have a justification of running a business, but no one's stopping you from creating ABN and wink, wink, creating a wink, wink business. Right now, you can deduct a portion of the home expenses if a room is used for work. For example, for me at the moment, I have a spare bedroom behind me. I'm filming for social media purposes. I'm a content creator. I'm spreading financial education. I'm doing something productive. Therefore, this room over here is tax deductible. And on top of that, the spare bedroom tax, get out of here. So the hack here, guy, is if you're doing some sort of business or services that is sort of a bit of hybrid, for example, you're PAYG, but you're also doing a side business, you can actually legally, again, it has to make sense, use your spare bedroom as your home office. Now, obviously, you got to have the receipt and show that you are using his spare bedroom for work purposes, right? Like, for example, if the police in Canberra, like, hey, you're trying to dodge a queue, hey mate, have you seen my bloody videos? It's going viral. I'm using this room for that reason. And on top of that, guys, while you're trying to dodge the spare bedroom tax, on top of that, thanks to the policy in Canberra, you're now encouraged to claim a portion of electricity, depreciation, and maintenance. Even my expensive camera, $20,000, I'm gonna claim that as well. Number 2 hack, guys, is you can actually register an ancillary business. That's correct. It's called an ancillary business. For example, you might have a photo studio or turn your spare bedroom into a video studio like this. Or for consulting, I do all my 60-minute calls in this room. Or it could be an online classroom. Whatever is part of your job, you can turn your spare bedroom that enhances your current PAYG or self-employed job. Now, according to Australian tax laws, again, it lets you to partially deduct costs if you use a room for business purposes that earns you income. Hack number 3 is offer a short-term rental for your spare bedroom. For example, Airbnb. Or what you can do is leverage the keyword holiday home. However, guys, do check this with your accountant or your tax advisor, because in some states, a small-scale short-term rental, or called STR income, it can be considered income property, and this can be taxed differently. So for you peeps out there who don't run businesses or can't really make up a reason to do some sort of consulting room, what you could do is you can rent out your spare bedroom for a few nights, or maybe once or twice per month during a peak period. And on top of that, you keep tight records, and you can possibly classify it as a tourist accommodation, which at the end of the day makes it as a business activity. This could help you push the classification that your spare bedroom is part of your own occupied home, and therefore exempt you from the spare bedroom tax. However, guys, as a disclaimer, if you're doing hack number 3, go check with your local council laws. For example, you must check the local short stay regulations. Like, for example, if it's 10 to 15 nights per quarter, the council can tolerate that without full rezoning. So yeah, guys, take it with a grain of salt on those 3 hacks I listed above. And like, jump in the comments if you have any other tips and hacks. But what I'm trying to say here, guys, in terms of this video, if the Muslim Canberra want to tax your spare bedrooms, well, maybe, you know, the spare bedroom should be earning income or being used as a business infrastructure, right? Like, yeah, it's not ethical what we're trying to do to dodge you guys, but it's not illegal. And to quote my accountants and to quote all my savvy investors who agree with me, this is actually smart tax planning. Because at the end of the day, if the policy in Canberra, the taxman wants value, we are giving you value. Or better yet, we're keeping the room productive. Wink, wink. So yeah, guys, if you watched to the end of this video, this is my closing perspective. I get it, you want to tax us more to boost up the economy for your lack of competence to fix the housing issue. But I'm telling you right now, our home, our owner-occupied home is non-negotiable. Don't touch our spare bedrooms, all right? Because a lot of clients I work with, also the boomer clients, we're sacrificed a lot. I work with a lot of migrant clients who are simply like me. We work our butts off. At the moment, I'm filming this on Sunday, on a Father's Day. Like for me, I lived on meager rent noodles for the last 10 years just to pay down my home and have all this income to buy a big house with the bedrooms that I want. I shouldn't be punished for my success. And also for all the old boomers out there, my loyal old boomer fans out there, I hear you loud and clear. Let me tell the police, you didn't bust your backs in the 80s and 90s just to have Canberra shake you down for a crime of owning a spare bedroom. Because I'm telling you guys right now, the game is changing. Whether it's a spare bedroom levy, land tax creep, or migration-driven demand, the property owners who don't structure right will get caught. So at the moment, do you want to be the one playing Canberra's bedroom tax, or the one gaming the system, rentvesting, structuring smart, and stacking 100k equity if you watch my recent arbitrage video and buy before the 1st of October 2025 first home guarantee FOMO herd? If you do want that, I suggest you book a 15-minute strategy call or a 60-minute deep dive or my 90-minute Platinum Portfolio Accelerator call, where you'll sit down with a round table of my experts, my independent financial advisors, my independent accountants, and my independent buyer's agent, all in one price, all working together. Then I suggest you go to my link and book it right now. Because I'm telling you folks, I'm really booked out this month, and I've already spoken to hundreds and thousands of Aussies like yourself who refuse to get shafted like this. But then guys, if you're not ready, I'm cool with that. If you still enjoy my video, hit the like button, hit the follow button if you like more videos like this, and most importantly, smash the share button, share this knowledge to your mates because knowledge is power. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side, which is hopefully the winning side, and I'll see you next few days in another episode of That Property Roast.